And we are back with another OTF, an out the front automatic knife. Now this is from Takcom, and this is the Barracuda model. Now I've done a video and I talked quite a bit about them previously with the Grunt model. However, the Grunt model failed on me after just a little bit. It would only partially deploy and wouldn't lock open, so then you'd have to, kind of pull it out. Once it doesn't deploy all the way, it's just kind of there, and pull it all the way out to lock, and then it's back in business. However, the Grunt had a problem. So I sent it back to Takcom in Florida. They said, hey, send it back. We'll take a look. They took a look. They fixed it, quote unquote. Shipped it back to me. Literally, I opened the box. I fired it once. It didn't open all the way. Reached out to them, Sean, my contact over there, who's one of the owners, and said, what the had some comments. And he said, send it back again. Send it back again. He personally looked at it that second time, said that, yeah, they had only replaced part of the parts. I don't know. There's a couple springs in here. Maybe they replaced one spring, not both. I don't know the specifics. After a couple of days, he got back to me. He goes, look, we're just going to send you a different knife. I'm like, okay, sure. Now, the Grunt wasn't my favorite style anyway. It had a seatbelt cutter here, and I'll put a link to that video up here in the corner at the end and down in the description, I guess. So you can go check that out. You can find out more of the relationship between Takcom and Best Tech and, whatnot over there. But anyway, this one fires like a rocket. This one just feels more solid with every deployment than the Grunt ever did. So I am much more confident that this one will survive. We'll see. All right, so let's get into some of the specs. It's 4.5 inches closed, 7 5/8 overall, 3.1 inch blade, 2.87 inch cutting edge, 0.015 behind the edge. It is out of Magna Cut, and it weighs in at 3 ounces, 0.454 overall thickness. OTFs are not necessarily my favorite style of knives, nor are side opening automatics like this Red Horse Knife Works automatic Hellraiser. But it's a Hellraiser. I had to buy one because, well, I have a little bit of a Hellraiser problem. Okay. Now that I've got my fingerprints all over this, let me just wipe this off. This thing is crazy sharp, and it's actually kind of fun. This is an OTF that is not too uncomfortable on the fire button. Oftentimes there's so much traction that it's almost uncomfortable. This one is not. It's just the right amount. The pressure that it takes is right in that sweet spot. So this particular model comes with this Wharncliffe blade or a Spearpoint blade. I think the Wharncliffe blade is a much more useful blade, but the Spearpoint blade looks aesthetically more pleasing to me. But this is what they sent me, so I'm not going to complain. And this one might actually get some use in unboxings and doing some around the house cardboard cutting, box cutting, things like that, because it is a very useful shape. It may or may not be legal in your area. So with automatic knives, you are going to take the chances or whatnot, depending on where you live. Here in California, this is not legal to carry because in California, any automatic knife must have a blade length less than 2 inches. I carry what I want to carry because I don't really care. And there you have it. So it does have a reversible pocket clip, which is nice. And there's no real cutout like on the Red Horse. Red Horse has a cutout where it kind of recesses in. And so on the side that you don't have the clip, you've got that cutout, which is kind of just ugly in my opinion. And I'd rather have a plate or something. Well, I think this works just fine with just a couple of holes. No big deal, kind of unobtrusive. So carbon fiber inlays, these are $229. I'll put a link to their website if you care. I have no affiliation other than the fact that they sent this over to me. I don't get anything if you go buy it. There's no affiliate links or any of that nonsense. I have talked about that in the past. I don't do that because that's a little disingenuous, but whatever. If you got questions on that, comment down below. But all in all, I think this one's actually kind of cool for an OTF. It's a smaller blade than I normally would carry. However, the handle is a good size. So it feels comfortable in the hand. It's not like a small knife that the handle is also small. So this one, it just does kind of work. And for now, it's sitting on my desk as a fidgety thing during Zoom calls. So for that, yeah, sure, why not? Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to hear. Do you carry an OTF? Do you own an OTF? What are your thoughts on OTFs? One of the negatives in OTFs, in my just as a personal thing, is that it's never centered. It's always off center. So for me, visually, that's just kind of a downer, but I understand the mechanics of it. So you kind of get what you get. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.